everyone, and welcome back to Couch Nerds Play Anything and Everything. I am Party Pete, and today we're going to show you something different, something new. We're going to do a top 10 reasons why Monster Hunter World is super hype. To begin with, I'm a real big fan of Monster Hunter. I have a shelf dedicated to all my goodies from it. I plan to get more. I plan to get even like a tattoo of the guild crest. I love this game. It's hard, it's stylish, it makes you show your skill. And I'm super excited to see this game. Like, I'm ready to play it. I'm ready to show it off to my friends, get them into it. And the fan base for Monster Hunter is real big. But there are a lot of people from it that really don't think Monster Hunter World's going to do well. There are plenty of people just not looking forward to it, making memes like how Monster Hunter Double Cross is going to outsell it because we didn't get it over here in the West. And it pains me to see such a big fan base turn against itself on this awesome series. So I wanted to make a top 10. Let's get into it. Let's get this out of the way. Loading screens and transitions suck, especially in Monster Hunter. After you've been going through each zone and loading, just trying to find one monster you've been trying to hunt for this quest, and then you finally fight it for a while, and it gets tired, and then it goes through another zone, and guess what you have to do? You have to go through loading, and then you fight that monster again, and you're next to the edge of the map, and you get kicked! Guess what? Loading into the other zone. It sucks. Monster Hunter World promises to give you seamless transitions and less loading screens, and that is super cool, especially when you're trying to play with your friends in multiplayer and co-op. Monster Hunter 4 and Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate were astounding titles in the series, setting the fastest and most sold game of the series in North America and Europe, and they were critically acclaimed by many. It's no doubt that having the directors who worked on both games, Yuya Takuda and Konami Fujioka, working on Monster Hunter World will be both fresh and exciting as they had already done so with the predecessors. While Monster Hunter 4U had a semblance of a story, it really wasn't anything special compared to other games out at that time. It was more to introduce new players to the game, as Monster Hunter is more of a niche series. Generations or Cross and Double Cross have shifted back to not having a story in their games, focusing on raw gameplay that makes it what it is. As it will be the first North American console release, the idea is to guide new players into Monster Hunter World with an in-game story. And from what it looks like, it's bigger and heavier with plot. Will it win any awards for best story in a game for 2018? We'll just have to wait and see. I want to make one thing clear. Graphics do not make a video game. There are many great games like Undertale with simple art that make for a really fun game. Destiny 1 and 2 are very pretty, but for me, there's really not a whole lot to do. Monster Hunter has pretty much had the same graphics since the PS2 release, save for some texture and resolution updates, and they've worked out fine. But oh my god, look at all these new graphics! Look at the customization! Oh god! Not only that, but the models are updated as well, having to make you adjust to how the new Rathian moves, instead of the old way it used to be, where it would turn very slowly, stop, shoot a fireball, and other stuff. It's nice, and you have to think about your next moves very carefully. Hey there, Hunter! Are you afraid that your giant slab of iron too big to be called a sword won't work the same as it used to in your double cross? Fret not. Combos and mechanics are back in the game, just so smoother. There's more feeling when you smack your hammer into the head of an Anjanath and knock it out. Oh hey, do you remember that feeling of trying to drink your Mega Potion while low on health while that Elder Dragon kicks your ass and carts you? Have no fear, as you can walk and sip instead of making that stupid victory stance that takes forever. You can drink potions, gather herbs, catch bugs, eat food, make food. Okay, maybe not the last one, but at least you can talk to the guildmarm at the camp and cook while you're there. Isn't that so cool? As with every Monster Hunter, World brings in new areas and monsters for hunters to enjoy. The Ancient Forest, Wildspire Waste, Coral Highlands, and even the village hub Astera are big, beautiful, and teeming with life. Like the Chameleon Wyvern, Pookie Pookie, who pukes and does other weird stuff. The aggressive brute that is the flagship monster Nergigante, covered in spikes that regenerate and strengthen over time and make you in return have to be more aggressive. And even the Q are wonderful additions to Monster Hunter. Just look at this thing, it just picks up rocks and eggs and stuff. It's really cute. And of course, new monsters mean new weapons and armor. If you're like me and you've been watching every bit of content of World that you can get your hands on, then you've seen the world that is, well, World. You see the monsters like the Great Jagras swallowing up Aptonoth and then moving to feed their lesser Jagras. There's a hierarchy in these worlds. The Anjanath being trumped by the Rathalos, not allowed near its nest in fear of the King of the Skies. Even the Baroth, who is a big-ass brute rider and gets his ass kicked by the Juryatotus. Each zones are living and breathing. Even the items in the world like the Vigor Wasp and the Paratoads around to lure and use against monsters really cool. It's exciting to see this new direction the gameplay is going towards. It wouldn't be Monster Hunter without kick-ass moves. Every weapon gets new combos and abilities. Every weapon. There's 14 of these things that you get from the beginning. Dual Blades? Does Super Naruto spinny chainsaw moves sound cool? What about the Lance? Oh, they just get cool power guarding and you get to launch your lance into a Jagras's face while mounting it. What about those transformy weapons? Oh, you know, they only get cool elemental discharges and stuff. Insect Glaive? You can dash through the air. That's awesome. They're not hunter arts, let's be clear. But they don't need to be this cool. There are even more cooler stuff that Monster Hunter World is bringing to you guys. The Slinger, Training Room, being able to make food and change your armor and weapons at camp. Return of Free Hunt, the new weapon and armor upgrade tree and allows you to disassemble them to original weapons. Sneaking, mantles with the abilities like Rocksteady and Gilly. And the Capture Net to gather from afar and trap other smaller monsters. These are just some new mechanics and items introduced in Monster Hunter World, and they are fresh changes. We finally hit number 1 of the top 10 list for Monster Hunter World hype, and it's the most important one of all. Monster Hunter World is still Monster Hunter. It's not being westernized for the American audience, it's not being heavily changed, it's just having some new direction with the team that made Monster Hunter 4U, which was really awesome. People are so scared that this great game series is just gonna be changed into something new and bland and Call of Duty, I guess? But it's not. Just take a look at the quote from Konami Fujioka, one of the directors of Monster Hunter 4 and 4 Ultimate. We're not taking things that people in the West hate and fixing them to make Western players buy it. People sometimes make that assumption, or they've got that fear. But that's not the case at all. And just like every other title in the Monster Hunter series, it's gonna have that longevity. You're gonna have monsters to fight, there are gonna be new quests, there's gonna be post-release support. Ryozo Sugimoto said, "It'll be the same type we've had for the series on home console up until now. In addition to the limited time download quest, we're working on making it something that can be enjoyed for a very long time to come, so please look forward to it." Every bit of game that they've shown from E3 to TGS has been Monster Hunter. There's new stuff, yeah, and it's not like Double Cross, but it's the next Monster Hunter. It's the new generation, even after generations. And I look super forward to it. I can't wait to show my friends the improvements, seeing how they've been really weary of the handheld versions of the game and the camera feeling awkward for them. Maybe having a controller in their hands with a smoother camera will make them enjoy it. Who knows? It's something I enjoy a lot. Monster Hunter is my favorite game series of all time, and I can't wait to have fun with new hunters and old hunters alike. I hope to see some of you guys enjoy it too. And that was my top 10 reasons why Monster Hunter World is hype. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know we haven't been uploading or recording as much due to like conflicting schedules and other stuff. We're really trying our best. We want this channel to keep on growing, and we thank you guys so much for all the support you guys give us. It means so much to us, like a whole lot. As always, we're Couch Nerds, and we'll see you later.